Welcome to Grumpy Shadow Gaming. Tonight we are going to be looking at the some of the packs from the new set that's been released here in regards to the Midnight Hunt set that's just been released today. So hopefully we get some decent cards for you guys to look at. We'll just go quickly through them and that sort of thing. So if I go to packs here, see if it'll actually load up. So I know that I've been having some problems with this program. And here we go. So I've got 7 packs to open. I already somehow got 5% of the series. I've already got 6 cards already open, but let's take a look at some of these packs here. We'll go through them. I'm a little behind the times when it comes to some of the new sets right now, but here's one, a Heirloom Mirror. Pay 1 life, discard a card, draw a card, mill a card. Then put a ritual counter on the mirror. Then if it has 3 or more ritual counters on it, remove them and transform it. That's interesting. Okay. So we have Siphon Insight. Look at the top 2 cards of the target's opponent library. Exile 1 with them face down and put the other one in the bottom of the library. You may look and play the exiled card as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though it was any color that casts the spell. This is what, I don't know if anybody out there in this sort of thing is, these type of spells is what's ruining the game of Magic, in my views, in regards to, okay, well, they're going to steal your cards that you have in your deck that you're trying to kill them with, and that sort of sense, going, okay, I'm going to look at this card. They exile one of your cards, then maybe it's the card you've been waiting for, and it's one that's going to win the game for you. And then you get this card, and they go forth and make it like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but feel free to put comments below on that aspect of the game, in regards to them. Like, I understand stealing a creature, like act of treason or something along those lines. When you look at a card in the game, you see it, it's good. You want to take their creature and kill it, or just use it against them. That's fine, but when they're playing cards right out of your deck or exiling something that you want to play the next turn, and it floors me a little bit when it comes to that. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Okay. Here comes some common ones. Falcon. When battlefields create 1/1 human token creatures. This set seems to be based around a lot of token creature creation. You think, maybe? Unruly Mob. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on the mob. In addition to this cost to cast is discard a card, draw 2 cards, flashback. Yeah. That's reasonable for red, I guess, allowing you to get more draw and stuff along those lines, but you have to discard a card to play it. Purifying Dragon. When the dragon attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. If it's a zombie, the dragon deals 2 damage instead. It's not too bad. Let's see. Pithing Needle. Yes, Pithing Needle. Enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Activated abilities of source with that chosen name cannot be activated unless they're mana abilities. Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting. Against like Soul Warden or something along those lines, where you tell it, sorry, you can't gain life anymore. Additional cost of this casting spell is to sacrifice a non-land permanent, exile target non-land permanent. Interesting. Jack-o'-lantern. Sacrifice Jack-o'-lantern, exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard, draw card. Vigilant Daybound. What is Daybound? Nightbound Daybound. Transforms, but right click for more information. If it becomes day or night, or if a Daybound permanent enters the battlefield, track day-night for the rest of the game. As it becomes day, transform all Nightbound permanents. If the player casts no spells during their turn, it becomes night next turn. Interesting. Okay, so that's what night and day bound is. Here's one at the Coven. At the beginning of combat of your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, it gains flying until end of turn. Interesting. When it enters the battlefield, enchant creature, wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. When this enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. It's another unrealth, but a little bit more expensive. Let's see here. We've got a wild card. Curse of Silence. Enchant player. As Curse of Silence enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with that chosen name, enchanted player cast 2 more to cast. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell with that chosen name, you may sacrifice the Curse of Silence. If you do so, draw a card. Interesting. Create a 3/1 black and white vampire token creature with trample, lifelink, and haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of your next end step. If you want a quick 3/1 creature, I guess that would work. Search your library for basic card land, put it onto the battlefield. Path to the Festival. Trample. It costs 5 to bring out. Mounted Dread Knight enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if the opponent lost life this turn. Okay. Next. I'm at 3.4%. Down here, it's telling me that I've collected of the set so far. It's a flying hippogriff. Okay, legendary creature Ooze. Okay. Trample. Whenever a land card is put into the graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Overslime? Okay. Remove 3 +1/+1 counters, return it to owner's hand. When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. There's another day-night card. If it's either day or night, it becomes day. And when it enters the battlefield, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, draw a card. That could become handy. When it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from the graveyard to your hand. That could help in regards to if the person gets down in very low life, or if you need to find a way to kill off a creature that they've got out and that you've already played, murder or something like that in a deck, that might come in handy. Flying. Draw a card, you lose a life. When it dies, you draw a card, but you lose a life. So this one has a 2/2 black zombie token creature with Decayed. When you do exile up to... Okay. Daybound, Nightbound. Interesting. He becomes a 6/6 creature, Nightbound, but 4/5 creature. Interesting. Well, we got 3 more packs to go through, and we'll just end the video there. But I just wanted to go through some of this stuff to see what kind of interesting cards are in here. Look at the 2 cards, the target opponent's library, exile 1, and put it face down. That's the same one we talked about. Now I've got 2 of them. So maybe I should get really frustrated and piss people off and make decks like that. I don't know. Additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice any number of creatures. Create an XX blue and black zombie creature with menace, where X is the total power of the sacrificed creatures. That could be kind of interesting. If by chance, I have a feeling this is probably the way it would work, is if you attack and I don't know, you go forth and block a bunch of creatures, and before damage is dealt, you sacrifice all those creatures, and therefore the attack didn't happen. If I'm not mistaken, if you want to put comments below on that comment in regards to how it works, in regards to this card, how, like, you go forth to sacrifice all these creatures you're blocking that they're killing, and you can go forth and make this big massive creature and then attack them the next turn. It's possible. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Equipped creature can't be blocked or for greater. Investigate if the spell wasn't cast from a graveyard. Investigate twice instead. Create a colorless clue artifact token with sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. Interesting. Counter target spell. If the spell was countered this way, exile it instead and put it in over its graveyard. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. It's a smaller version of Felden's Cane by the sounds of it. If anybody's remembering what a Felden's Cane is all about. I have no idea what kind of decks and things like that are out there now with the changeover. This one gives all other zombies you control get +1/+0. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead at the beginning of your upkeep. Put all creature cards exiled with onto the battlefield under your control. Interesting. Rise of the Ants. Create 2 3/3 insect creature tokens, and you gain 2 life. Vampire, Farmish. Destroy target creature without flying. Target creature gets +2/+2 instead of until end of turn. Okay, Bat Whisperer. Bat Whisperer enters the battlefield if the opponent lost life this turn. So it's all geared. I assume this set is all geared towards token creation, as well as if your opponent has lost life this turn, go forth and do what it tells you. That's what I've noticed a lot in this, in and amongst all this stuff. It's an instant, which is better. It's too bad you lose 2 life, but you're destroying a target creature. So I like this one if you have the life to be able to afford to do it. With it being an instant and destroy target creature and only costs 2 plus 2 life, I think it actually wouldn't be too bad of a card to play in a game. First strike at the beginning of post-combat main phase. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of your opponent's loss this turn. Exile 1 of those and put the rest at the bottom of your library. In a random order, you may play the exile card this turn. When a spell you control deals damage, transform. Whenever a spell you control deals damage, put a flame counter on. Remove a flame counter, exile the top card of your library. You may play this card this turn. So in other words, it's a lot of exile this, exile that, and get cards. So you could sit there in a game and basically say you exile X number of cards and you can continue playing. If you get the mana to support the cards, you can just go forth and play a few cards. So if the game gets a little long, I don't know. It's an interesting set. I just wanted to go through it, just as the cards that I pulled out. I have 58 of the 1,000 cards from that set so far, which really, as you look at it, is probably not a lot of cards, but it is cards. I just wanted to do a quick video on some of the new stuff in regards to it. I've been told if you go into the store, like basically we have to do this on a computer. and this will be the code for the new set. If I can get there, I'll show you the code. I typed in play mid. If you can go into the store and type in play mid, it gives you 3 packs of the latest set. That's all I can share with you guys right now, because that's all I know for the latest set and that sort of thing for Midnight Hunt. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm hoping that there'll be more coming in the near future on this channel and that sort of thing. I'm trying to get back into doing some videos here and there. If you guys want to see more, I have a pile of decks created. I do have a Sliver created deck. I do have a lot of stuff that I had are no longer standard. So I'm going to have to find replacement cards for some of this stuff that was standard is no longer standard. And I have a feeling Underworld Dreams is one of the big cards that's no longer standard that I'm going to have to find a replacement for. If you have any comments in regards to Underworld Dreams, what would be a good card to slow the draw phase down for people, I would be most grateful if you want to put something in that's maybe it's a new card of the last 3 sets that might work just as well as Underworld Dreams to hurt your opponent when they draw cards. I'm all for it. Feel free to drop me a line, that sort of thing in regards to these videos. I understand it's the end of the video, and more than likely most people are not watching this video anymore, but I figured I'd give it a shot anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. And we will catch you on the next video another time. Thanks for watching.